Hello guys! Welcome to Sissygram Genderbender Stories on YouTube. Today, I am bringing you a brand new genderbender story. If you like my voice, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for regular updates. Now, let's start the story. As the school day began, the sound of lockers slamming shut echoed throughout the hallway. Sneakers squeaked on the freshly waxed floor, and laughter bounced off the walls, filling the air with energy. Amidst the crowd, a tall, broad-shouldered teenager smoothly navigated through the chaos. "Watch out, dude," a voice called out as he almost bumped into a group of freshmen. "Sorry, man." The athletic team apologized with a bright smile, one that made a nearby group of girls swoon. His name was Alex Thompson, the popular captain of the football team. He was the definition of high school stardom: handsome, charismatic, and loved by both his peers and teachers. As he made his way down the hall, he high-fived teammates, winked at admirers, and walked with the confidence of someone who owned the school. However, as he turned a corner, his confident stride stumbled. There, standing by her locker, was Alina Green, the school's oddball. Unlike other girls who gossiped about the latest trends, Alina immersed herself in books on quantum physics and obscure historical events. With wild, unkempt hair and thick-rimmed glasses, she had earned the reputation of being the school's weirdo. Alex had heard jokes from his friends about Alina having a crush on him, but he always brushed them off. He had noticed her staring at him a few times in class, but he figured she was just lost in thought, never imagining she would have the courage to actually speak to him. But she did. Alex, Alina's voice was barely audible as she approached him. "Can I talk to you for a second?" Yeah, I guess. "What's up?" Taking a deep breath, Alina's cheeks turned bright red. "Well, I'm ill. If you're not busy, maybe you'd like to go to the movies with me this weekend." The hallway seemed to grow uncomfortably quiet in Alex's ears. Though he knew it was just his imagination, he stared at Alina, shocked. Was she really asking him out? Him? Alex Thompson, the star quarterback, the most popular guy in school. "Look, Alina," Alex said, trying to be gentle. "You're nice and all, but I don't think this is going to work out. Just too different, you know?" Alina's face fell, and her eyes shimmered with tears. "Oh, I see," she whispered, heartbroken. "I just thought, yeah, well, you thought wrong," Alex interrupted, his voice harsher than he intended. "Maybe stick to your books, okay? Leave the dating to people who actually know how to talk to other humans." The moment the words left his mouth, Alex regretted them. He wasn't usually cruel, but something about Alina's sudden forwardness had thrown him off. He watched as she hurried away, her shoulders shaking with silent sobs. "Harsh dude," his best friend Mark remarked, appearing beside him. "But I get it. Can't have weird science tagging along to parties, right?" Alex forced a laugh, but a heavy feeling settled in the pit of his stomach. He quickly dismissed the uncomfortable thought, heading to his next class and pushing the incident out of his mind. The next morning, Alex woke up feeling off. He couldn't quite put his finger on it, but something felt different. Still groggy, he stumbled into the bathroom, and when he caught a glimpse of himself in the mirror, he froze. "What the hell?" he muttered, leaning closer. His face looked softer. The sharp angles of his jaw seemed less defined, and his eyelashes appeared longer. He dismissed it as a result of a bad night's sleep, but as the days passed, the changes became harder to ignore. His clothes felt looser, hanging off his frame. He swore he was getting shorter. When he mentioned this to his mom, she laughed it off. "Don't be silly, honey. Boys your age don't shrink. You're probably just slouching more. Stand up straight." Alex tried to brush it off, but deep down, he knew something wasn't right. His voice began cracking more often, becoming higher pitched, making his teammates snicker during practice. "Yo, Thompson," his coach barked one day. "What's with the squeaky voice? You turning into a mouse or something?" The team erupted in laughter, and Alex's face burned with embarrassment. Despite throwing himself into practice with renewed determination, his body refused to cooperate. His once fluid movements became awkward. Passes that used to be effortless now sailed wide of their targets. His powerful sprints turned into slow, clumsy jogs. "Maybe you should see a doctor," his mom suggested one evening, concern in her voice. "This doesn't seem normal, sweetie." Alex wanted to argue, to insist he was fine, but deep down, he knew she was right. It was time to face whatever was happening to him. The doctor's office was sterile, its smell of disinfectant making Alex's stomach churn. Or maybe it was just nerves. He shifted uncomfortably on the examination table as Dr. Patel entered, a puzzled look on his face as he reviewed Alex's test results. "I have to say," the doctor began, "I've never seen anything quite like this before." Alex's heart raced. "What is it? What's wrong with me?" Dr. Patel sat down and sighed. "According to these tests, your hormone levels are drastically changing. Your testosterone is plummeting, while your estrogen levels are skyrocketing. As if your body is feminizing itself." The world spun around Alex. This couldn't be happening. It had to be a mistake, but Dr. Patel's words echoed in his head. "We'll need to run more tests and consult with specialists. In the meantime, we can try hormone therapy to counteract the changes, but there's no guarantee it will work." Alex left the doctor's office in a daze, his mind reeling. How could he explain this to his friends, his teammates? How could he face anyone at school when his body was betraying him? The next few weeks were a blur of appointments and tests, but nothing seemed to slow down the changes. His hair grew longer and softer. His skin became smoother. His hips widened while his waist narrowed. He withdrew from his friends, skipping practice and ignoring their texts. How could he face them like this? He overheard whispers in the hallways, cruel jokes about his appearance, rumors about what was happening to him. "I heard he's on some weird diet." "Nah man, it's gotta be drugs. Maybe he's doing it on purpose, like those guys who dress up as girls." Alex felt like he was losing himself. Piece by piece, the person he saw in the mirror became more and more unfamiliar. Finally, his mom sat him down one evening, her eyes full of concern. "Alex, honey," she began, "I know this is scary, but fighting it's tearing you apart. Maybe it's time we accept this change." "Accept it? Mom, I am turning into a girl. How am I supposed to accept that?" He responded incredulously. "I know it seems impossible," she said gently, "but you're still you, no matter what your body looks like. I love you, no matter what." Tears welled in Alex's eyes as he collapsed into his mother's arms, sobbing uncontrollably for the first time since this strange journey had begun. With her support, Alex began the process of embracing his new identity. He went shopping for clothes that fit his changing body, let his hair grow, and learned how to style it. And together, they chose a new name, Anna. The transition wasn't easy. There were days when Anna would look in the mirror and miss the person she used to be. But gradually, she began to embrace her new self. To her surprise, not everyone at school was cruel. A group of girls who had never paid attention to Alex reached out to Anna, offering friendship and support. They taught her about makeup, helped her navigate the social dynamics of being a girl, and stood by her when others whispered or stared. "Don't let them get to you," one of her new friends, Megan, insisted one day as they walked to class, ignoring the pointed looks from a group of jocks. "They're just jealous because you're prettier than half the girls in school now." Anna laughed, surprised by the light, melodic sound of her own voice. "I don't know about that. Trust me," Megan grinned, linking their arms. "You're a total babe." "Own it, girl." As her body continued to change, Anna discovered talents she never knew she had. Her once clumsy movements became graceful, and when she tried out for the cheerleading squad on a whim, she was shocked to make the cut. "Where have you been hiding those moves all this time?" the coach asked, impressed. Academically, too, Anna blossomed. Subjects that had once seemed impossible now made sense. Math problems that used to confuse her were easily solved. Literature came alive, and even science fascinated her. Teachers were amazed by the transformation. When it came time to apply for colleges, Anna set her sights high, applying to prestigious institutions. One day, she received a letter from MIT, offering her a full scholarship. She couldn't believe it. As she thrived at MIT, studying endocrinology, Anna continued to reflect on the strange twist her life had taken. She met Thomas, a kind-hearted graduate student, and their romance grew from shared interests and respect. Anna's career flourished, and eventually Thomas proposed, and they married in a joyous celebration. Anna's life was full of unexpected happiness, and she often thought back to the day Alina had asked Alex out. Curious about her former classmate, she later visited the high school, where she unexpectedly ran into Alina, now a teacher. When Alina recognized her, she was shocked. She had never imagined that her moment of embarrassment in the hallway would lead to this incredible transformation. Anna reassured her that she had no regrets. "You didn't cause this," Anna said. "IT gave me a life I never could have imagined." As they shared coffee together, Anna realized that life had a way of working out in the most unexpected ways, and she wouldn't change a thing. This is where the story ends. I spend hours of effort creating these kinds of stories, so if you're new to this channel, please hit the like button and subscribe my Sissygram Genderbender Stories YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to comment on what you would do if you were in his place. I'm eagerly waiting for your comments, and I personally read all of them. Okay, guys, thanks for joining. And I'll see you in the next story in the next video. Take care and bye.